And here everyone has problems putting a zipper in a fly, so I thought I'd make a separate video out of it. And it's a part of the extended video I just made of one pattern 3 pants. So this is a part of it, just the zipper closure. Make sure your crotch seam is just a bit higher than the length of your zipper. So fold in the facing just a little bit right from where that seam ends, as you see here, just 3-4 millimeters to the right. Then you fold that facing in to the back, and then you pin the fold as close as you can to the teeth of the zipper. And then you pin that all the way from the end of the crotch seam all the way to the top of the zipper. Then you need for the next step a rectangle. It's the length of the zipper, and I usually make them about 3.5 centimeters wide, and then it's doubled. And make sure you finish 2 edges of the rectangle. The other edge is the fold and the other edge is the top, and that's gets secured in the waistband, so you don't have to finish that. We need that for the next step. When you want to sew a zipper on, make sure you use a zipper foot, because that's the easiest way to get as close to the teeth as possible. And you can choose on what side you want your zipper foot to be. You can choose the left or the right side depending on what side of the zipper you are making. And when you put that with the teeth with the zipper foot as close to the teeth as you can, then you get a really nice stitching as close to the zipper as possible, and it won't be visible then on the outside. Now sew all the way up, and you'll see that one time you have to open up the zipper because you cannot go past the flyer, so very easily try to do that. Make sure you do that with your needle in the fabric so that it won't move. Then you have this whole part of the zipper secured. Then you take that rectangular part with the finished edge downwards, so to the crotch, and you align that part with the zipper so that it's sticking out just a little bit. So make sure the top is the same as the top of the pants and the top of the zipper, and then you let it stick out just a little bit. And then you sew that on exactly over the seam that you just made, so that when you have attached that, you only see one seam, because that's a double seam. It's the securing of the zipper and securing of that rectangular piece. And now comes the most important part to make a nice zipper. Make sure your facing is finished. Fold that in, and then what you do is that fold that you made by putting the facing in, that fold, you pin that on or just a bit left of the seam you just made to secure that one side of the zipper. So you just pin that down from the crotch seam up to the top of the pants. And when you do that, you have secured the whole pants, and then that won't move, because when you want to secure the other side of the zipper, it's very difficult to do when you don't have anything secured. So you pin this so that when you want to sew the other side of the zipper, you don't have a problem with that, and you get a nice seam out of it. So look, if you did it on the right side, then turn it over, and then you see when you pick up the facing there and the rectangular piece, that the other band of your zipper is very nicely secured to pin it down, and then you can pin the other band of the zipper to sew that also. So now you can very easily pin that band of the other side of the zipper down, because you cannot move it. It's no way that it goes wrong. Then you turn it back to see if it's all nice when you've pinned it like this. See if it's nice from the inside, no bubbles or hobbles, and then you can make, when you've sewn that, you can make the really nice seam that you see when you have the pants on, because that doesn't secure anything anymore, because the zipper is already secured with this seam. And then the only thing you have to do is that nice ending seam, finishing seam, to make it look very nice and professional. And the only thing that you have to watch out for when you make the finishing stitching, make sure you fold away the rectangular part. As you see here, just fold it to the side and pin it down when you make that finishing stitching, because when you secure it with your stitching, sometimes you cannot really open the zipper well. So always before you start the stitching, pin that down. And then you have this very nice clean zipper, and it looks very good when you do it this way. There's no way you can mess this up. And then this is your final result. A very neat, nice zipper that wasn't really that difficult to put in or to make. So I hope your next zipper will go like this one and will look very neat and nice. Thanks for watching. Bye.